Now that we are finished with the types of graphs, we now want to be able to find information from them. We want to be able to analyze our data, which is what a statistician would do, find averages and means and medians, those kinds of things. So first of all, you need to know the definition of these words, because these are things that you're going to need to be able to find. So let's write them in. The range measures the spread of the scores, and to find it, we use this formula. Range equals the highest number minus the lowest number. Okay, so they'll tell you how far apart, how spread out your scores are. The mode is the most common number. Now, to remember that, this is my little thing that goes through my head. Mode starts with M-O, and most starts with M-O. Mode means most. Okay, mode means most. That's what you've got to remember. Median is the middle value, but little clause on that, the numbers have to be in order from smallest to largest to find that middle value. So let's write that in. The numbers must be in order from smallest to largest. But otherwise, the median is the middle. Now, it's not quite as nice as the mode, but the M and the D kind of fits together. Median and middle. They both have the M and the D. Median means middle. The mean is the only one out of all these things that actually has a symbol. The symbol for mean is an X with a little bar across it. So you can use that symbol instead of the word, or you might see it in some of the questions. It just means to find the mean. And mean is also another name for an average. You've probably heard that word before. To find it, there is a little formula. So there's my symbol. Mean is going to be equal to the sum of all values over the total number of values. They are our definitions, and now I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times how to do those over and over and over again. This is really important, being able to find the range, mode, median, and mean. You use it in year 8, you use it in year 9, you use it in year 10. So it's very important that you understand these words and how to find them. I'm just saying you use them again and again and again. They keep coming back. And even if you do maths in year 11 and 12, you'll probably see them there too. Okay, so here they are, the questions. For the following sets of data, calculate the range, mode, median, and mean. They are our things. So before we do them, even though I only really need it for the median, I do it from the very start. I'm going to put them in order from smallest to largest, because it actually helps with all of them. So putting them in order, my smallest number is 1, so cross that out. Then I have 1, 2, 3 2s, so 2, 2, 2. Then I have a 3. Then I have a 9. And finally a 10. If you're worried that you missed a number when you put them in order, you can count them up. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I haven't lost any numbers. Luke, I need you to be quiet or this won't be. You have to stop this again. Okay, now let's go through our list. The first thing to find is the range. Okay, and you really should have those definitions that we just wrote down. They should be on your study sheet, okay, because you have to know what those things are. So range is highest minus lowest. Because they're in order, that's very easy to find. Highest score, lowest score. So it's going to be 10, take away 1, so the answer is 9. The next thing was the mode. Remember the MO? Mode means most. Mode means most. We say it over and over again. Okay, so we're looking at our numbers here and we're seeing, does a certain score happen more than everything else? Yes, the 2. It happens 3 times in here. So that means the mode is equal to the 2. The median is the middle. Now, what I usually do is I cross off from the beginning and the end to find where the middle is. If you don't want to cross out your numbers, you can do it with your hands where you're just moving them in to find where the middle spot is. But I'm going to cross off. 1 would cross off with 10. 2 crosses off with 9. 2 crosses off with 3. And that leaves one number in the middle, which is a 2. So that means the median is also equal to 2. And the last one is the mean. The mean, you need to add up all of your scores and then divide by the number of scores. So you'll need a calculator for this, probably. Or I'm going to tell me the answer, are you? Oh, no? Then we'll come to that. It's going to happen. Okay, so in your calculators, the first thing you need to do is add up these numbers. So you go 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 9 plus 10. 29, very good. So it equals 29. And we divide that by the how many scores there are. So remember we counted them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 scores. Now this one often doesn't work out to be a nice whole number. If I put that in my calculator, 29, and I divide it by 7, there is the decimal that I would get. I'm happy for you to leave it as a fraction, but if you want, the decimal kind of makes more sense. 4.14 if I do 2 decimal places. So 2DP stands for 2 decimal places that I have rounded that to. So either one of those would be acceptable. But the decimal one, looking at 4.14, that kind of is reasonable with the numbers that are in my data. Okay, so it's the average. The mean, the median, and the mode, they're all usually approximating the center of the data, and the range is working out the spread. Okay, so we've done it once. Let's do it a few more times so we get really good at this. Part B, same things. First thing we do is we've got to put them in order. So I'm going to look for my smallest number. It is a 1. Then I think 6 and 6. Then we have a 7. Then we have an 8. Then we have an 11 and a 13. Okay, they're in order. Now we're going to go through the range, mode, median, and mean. They're the 4 things that we have to find. Okay, the range is the highest minus the lowest. Highest and lowest. So 13 take away 1. 13 take away 1 is 12. The mode is the most occurring. Is something happening more than something else? The rest, the 6. Good, it's the only one that's repeated. So mode is going to be 6. Median stands for middle, close, middle. So I'm going to cross off the beginning and the end, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. And there's one number that's in the middle, which is a 7. So my median is 7. The mean is add up all the scores. So in your calculator, 1 plus 6 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 11 plus 13. Add them all up. What do you get? 52, good. And you divide that by how many scores there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 52 divided by 7. You could find that as a decimal. It is 7.43 to 2 decimal places. Okay, so you're putting that in your calculator, you're going, ooh. What did you type in, Seb? I just did it. What's wrong? No, it is a 5. It's just my writing's messy. That's a 5. Okay, let's talk about rounding. If I'm rounding, if I'm doing 2 decimal places, yes, I do want the 4 and the 2, but because the next number is an 8, it means I have to round this up one, which is why it becomes a 3. Okay, so yes, it was originally a 2, but when we round, if the next number is bigger than 5, I have to round it up. Okay, let's do it again. Question C. Let's do green this time. Put the numbers in order. Smallest one is 0. Whoop, that's not a 0. Then we have a 1, a 2, a 3. Whoop. Then we have a 5, 6, and 9. Okay, numbers are in order. Now we're going to find the range, the mode, the median, and the mean. Okay, range is the highest minus the lowest. In that list, my highest is 9, my lowest is 0, which makes my range 9. My mode, is there any number that happens more than the rest? No. So if that happens, that we don't have any repeated numbers, we say that there is no mode. Okay, you have to write it. Don't leave it blank, but you write in there no mode. Median, let's cross off. Beginning and end, beginning and end, beginning and end. So 3 is in the middle. So that is my median. And the mean, add them all up. What do you get when you add them? 26 divided by, how many scores are there? 7. And type in 26 over 7 and make it into a decimal. And we want 2 decimal places. So we want the 3.71. This time, after the 1 is a 4, and 4s round down, or they just round off, they get chopped off. So it's going to be 3.71 to 2 decimal places. Yes, Grace. In a different order? In a different order, you mean? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. We're going to get really good at this. Question D. Oh, we're going to do that. Let's do it. So first thing, let's put them in order. We have 3, 5, 7, 7. So 3, 5, 7, 7. And that leaves 2 10s. Okay, we are going to find the range, the mode, the median, and the mean. There's our 4 things. Okay, the range. Highest is 10, lowest is 3. 10, take away 3 is 7 for the range. Now the mode, the 7 and the 10 both happen twice. If you have that happening, you write them both down. So we say the mode is 7 and 10. Both of them. The median, let's cross off. Beginning and end, beginning and end. If that happens that you've crossed off, you don't want to cross everything off. So I don't want to cross the 2 7s off. If you get 2 things in the middle, it would be the middle of both of them. So that's both 7s. So it's an average. So the middle of 7 and 7 is still 7. If they're 2 different numbers, say 8 and 10, what would the middle of 8 and 10 be? 9. Okay, so you're saying what's in between them? What would be the average of those 2 things? You can get 0.5s. You could get like a 0.5 number, right? So for ours, it's going to be 7 because they're the same. So median is 7. The mean, add them up. 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 10 plus 10. 42 divided by 6 because there is 6 of them. And 42 divided by 6 goes exactly 7. We don't need any decimal places for that one. One more time for me. And then your turn. Okay, let's put them in order. We have 1, 1. Then we have 2. Then we have 5, 6, 7. And we are finding the range, the mode, the median, and the mean. All right, range is highest minus lowest. So it is 7 take away 1, which is 6. Mode means most. 1 happens the most, so mode is 1. The median is the middle. We're crossing off beginning and end, and we end up with these two numbers in the middle again that I have to find the center of. Now, 2 and 5 is they're not really nice numbers. It's not as easy as 8 and 10 to say, oop, 9's right in the middle. So if you get harder numbers like that, what you're doing is you want to add the two numbers together and divide them by 2. Okay, so 2 plus 5 is 7, and 7 divided by 2 means the middle is 3.5. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot though. That should be up here. 2 plus 5 over 2, so it's up here, 3.5. Okay. Then to find the mean, I need to add all these together. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5, 22. Good job, Luke. 22 over 6. And we type it in. 22 divided by 6 is, that's a recurring decimal. So, did anyone else get 21? No? 22? Try it again, maybe, Mia. Okay, so you could write that as 3.6 with a repeated dot, since it was a recurring decimal. Your calculator will always round the last digit. Okay, so we're just going 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Oh, I'm out of space, so let's round the last one to a 7. Okay, but if we want to do 2 decimal places, I'm rounding it up here further. I would want to keep those 2 6s, but the next 6 would round it up, so it'd be 3.67. I don't mind, it doesn't matter which of those you do. They do mean the same thing. One's been rounded to 2 decimal places, one's been written as a recurring decimal. Both of them would be correct. Okay. As long as you write 1 DP where you've rounded it, or sometimes the question might say round to this number of places. Okay, so that's fine as long as you round correctly.